Okay, Tansei. Hello, bonjour. The flower communion service was created in 1923 by Norbert Shapik, who founded the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia. It is perhaps the most widely celebrated ritual in Unitarian Universalist congregations today. Reverend Chapek sought to provide a symbolic ritual that would bind people more closely together, with a format that would not alienate any who had forsaken other religious traditions. As people enter the sanctuary today, they are placing a flower they brought with them or chose at the door in the vase. It is fitting that we are celebrating the flower communion today, the last formal Sunday of our church year, during which our theme has been connections.
For our land acknowledgement, we will be doing the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. The Haudenosaunee people have often do this address, which helps cultivate a culture of gratitude. Let us bring our minds together as one, as we send greetings and thanks to each other as people. In these gathered faces, we see that the cycles of life continue. our mother, the earth, for she gives us everything we need for life. The waters of the world that nurture life for all beings and all the fish life in the water. The vast fields of plant life, the berries, the trees, and the medicine herbs of the world. The edible plants we harvest from the garden, especially the three sisters. The beautiful animal life of the world and all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The powers we know as the four winds who purify the air we breathe and help to bring the change of seasons. Our grandfathers, the thunder beings who live in the west with their lightning and thundering voices. Our eldest brother, the sun, our oldest grandmother, the moon, and the stars who are spread across the sky like jewelry. The enlightened teachers who have come to help throughout the ages. We now turn our thoughts to the Creator or Great Spirit and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Now our minds are one.
Tawau, bienvenue. Welcome to Westwood, everyone. There is room here. A special welcome this morning to those who are first-time visitors or consider themselves newcomers or are returning after an extended absence. Westwood is a welcoming, nurturing, inclusive, free-thinking community where all people are invited to rest, grow, and serve the world. My name is Rebecca Patterson. My pronouns are she and her. The worship committee is your service leader this week, and we're glad you joined us here today. And our worship committee for 23-24 consisted of Dawn Hunter, Katie Stepke, Robert Wisnura, and myself. And we're very happy to be welcoming David Williamson for our next year. The different elements of today's service will be connected by a poem by Richard S. Gilbert called "For the Flowers Have the Gift of Language." We will read it together, verse by verse, throughout the service. So here are our opening words, and please join me as I light the candle. Speak, flowers, speak. Why do you say nothing? The flowers have the gift of language. In the meadow, they speak of freedom, creating patterns wild and free as no gardener could match. In the forest, they nestle, snug carpets under the roof of leaf and branch, making a rug of such softness. At end tip of branches, they cling briefly before bursting into fruit, sweet to taste. And now we're going to sing together. For the Earth Forever Turning, accompanied by Janice Reynolds. Please stand in body or in spirit, and we'll join together.
I'd like to welcome everyone to our member recognition ceremony. Welcome everyone to our membership recognition ceremony. And if our three new members would come forward, they're Dean and Sheena and Sylvia. And if you folks would stand up here. I'll try to stand over here. Yes, I know, sorry. Great. Westwood's purpose is to be a compassionate community of free religious thought, inviting all people to rest, grow, and serve the world. And in this ritual, Westwood community members welcome you as new members as they commit to our congregation and our Unitarian Universalist denomination. We also recognize membership changes and remember those we have lost. Every ritual is an opportunity, not only for those named, but for each of us present to hear these words with fresh ears and to reflect on our personal commitments. Becoming a member involves thoughtful consideration, getting to know the congregation, choosing how to best contribute, and receiving affirmation by the Board of Trustees. And today, in our new member recognition ceremony, entering into a covenant with the whole congregation. Today, we are honored to welcome three new members, Sylvia Van Lorven, Sheena Sereda, and Dean Sereda. Will each of you briefly introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Dean Sereda, born and raised in Elk Point, Alberta, which is eastern side, almost near the border. Moved to Edmonton 2007-ish for university, been here ever since, and now I'm living in St. Albert, working in the construction industry as a fire sprinkler fitter. And thank you for welcoming into your community.
Good morning. I'm Sheena Sereda. Yes, he says Sereda and I say Sereda because it goes with my name better, I think. I am originally from Saskatchewan, but I've been all over the West, and for a while I lived in Victoria, and I went to the James Bay congregation there for a few years, and I really loved it and enjoyed it. And the first time I came through these doors was for the winter solstice in December, and then dragged him along. Later on, I was very pleased that he enjoyed it as much as I did. And it's just wonderful to find something very similar to what I experienced in Victoria, which is a nice, like, chill, laid-back environment full of people who really care about community and improving the world. So thank you.
Well, my name is Sylvia Van Lorven, and I was actually thinking of three little introductions about myself. And the first one is going to be just one little couplet of a song. And it goes like this. 61 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm laying in bed, just to get it all out, what's in my head. And I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what's going on? So my second introduction is that I'm indeed 61 years old. I started my spiritual journey when I was 19. I came to Canada when I was 42. I had fallen in love with a young man from the Netherlands, and he was going to move to Canada. And I just could not stop being in love with him. So I gave up my entire life in the Netherlands, including family and everything. I came to Edmonton. We were together for 3 years. It did not work out. And then actually in this neighborhood, I was cleaning a home and I was sitting outside and I was doing a little prayer. And I said, "Dear God, please advise me what to do. Should I go back to the Netherlands or should I stay here?" And then, believe it or not, the owner of the home that I was cleaning, he rented it out to renters. And we started talking, and he said, "Are you in need of a home?" And I said, "I actually am." And I ended up in a beautiful home for a very reasonable rent in the old Strathcona area, right on the Mill Creek Ravine. I lived there for 7 years. What else? Let me think what else I want to say about myself. I work full time. I'm still single. Dawn was actually the person who introduced me to the Unitarian Congregation. It's funny because Jen, our dear Jen, she lived above me for many years, and she already came to the Unitarian Congregation, but I didn't make the link then. I'm very happy to be part of the congregation. I don't always have time on Sunday because I'm an event planner and I work often on Sunday. But for me, why I'm here is indeed that we are a compassionate community of a free religious thought, inviting all people to rest, grow, and serve the world. I think those are beautiful words for me to grow old in. Sorry, it was a bit long, but...
Thank you very much, all of you. It really gives us a great sense of you. I think Lorianne is next here.
At this time, we also recognize changes in membership. Some people have shifted from membership status from member to friend. Linda Axley, Kevin Fitzgerald, Laura Manuel, Ed Poprosky, and Daryl Williams. And several people have been removed from our membership list by the board as they've not been part of Westwood for some time. Alan Mather, Manfred Kalk, Dean Chan, Avery Edwards, Sherilyn Michaels, Doug Ridgway, and Ralph Williams.
Okay, to the new members. Choosing to become a member of a Unitarian Universalist congregation is an act of commitment to help support the work of this congregation and to be open to asking this community to also help support you in your life and in your growth. We hope that you will find within this group a place where you can bring your concerns and your hopes and celebrations, where you will know that other hearts hear and understand. We hope to be a place for the unfolding of your spirit and the expanding of your minds. And we work to be a place where we can bring your ideas and your gifts to add to the fulfillment of the purpose of this congregation. Now, if the congregation will join in the words on the screen. We welcome you into our beloved community and in the larger circle of Unitarian Universalism and to our religious heritage.
We welcome the enrichment that your unique life experience will bring to our community. We look forward to knowing you better and you us as we journey together.
Do you accept the blessings and responsibilities of membership here in the free religious community of Westwood Unitarian Congregation? Great. Now, is there another slide here now? The congregation will join in now.
Okay.
journey forward, creating our history together as a community of people who create open spaces for the growth of the free spirit and the free mind. In doing so, we apply our gifts in the transformation of ourselves, our congregation, and our world. In the covenant of fellowship and love, we unite to promote spiritual growth and ethical commitment, to minister to each other's needs and to those of humanity, to celebrate the sacred moments of life's passage, and to honor the divine within each of us. Now we'll ask our President, Lorian Kennedy, on behalf of the Westwood community, to extend the word of friendship and token of light on behalf of all of us.
Thank you, Carl. We offer light from our Westwood community to encourage you and sustain you through the next few years of your life. So the light from Westwood hopefully will help the light in your life. And I forgot to put the candles in here. So this is a container for the light. And I'll shake your hand. And Sheena. Welcome. Welcome. And I have a book for you that explains some of the Unitarian Universalist history and philosophy. And I'll let you two share this one. Thank you. Welcome.
So, thank you all. We warmly welcome you. We warmly welcome our new members and hold those who are no longer attending close in our hearts, minds, and memories. During the social time following the service, we invite all Westwoodians to please take time to reintroduce yourselves and to warmly welcome Sylvia, Sheena, and Dean. And remember that connections is one of our themes here, and that's certainly what we're doing today in terms of connection and connecting. Thank you.
We're going to have a reading of the next part of our poem before our candles. Please join me. Flowers, can you not speak joy to our sadness and hope to our fear? Can you not say how it is with you that you color the darkest corner?
And this is a moment in our week that we find value in sharing with each other something important that is going on in our lives and the lives of those around us. To celebrate what brings us joy and to share what is weighing on our hearts. Lighting a candle, speaking our concerns, and bearing witness to each other can allow, in solidarity, a little bit of letting go and making space for peace. We'll begin with candles from those of us who are online. If you're online, please raise your hand. Do we have people online?
Bill is online, but has no camera.
Okay. Okay, so for those of us in the building, you're invited to come forward and speak, then light your candle as the next person speaks, or to light a candle in silence. We're also happy to bring the microphone to you if you wish. And just to remind everybody about the microphone, it needs to be about 1.5 inches from your mouth. We do have people in the congregation that need that extra assistance in order to hear the words. We also, the people on Zoom, will hear the words clearly if you speak close to the microphone. It's an easy thing to forget, but we need to just try to remember. So, does anyone have a candle?
I would like to light a candle for all the June birthdays that we have in our community. It's also one of my oldest friends is named Fiona, and it's her 63rd birthday today. So I've known her since we were about 8. So let's sing happy birthday to everyone whose birthday is in June. Who do we have whose birthday is in June? Jen and Lorian and Hannah and Mitch. Wonderful. Fiona, my sister, and my late niece Jessie also have their birthdays in June. Darcy? All right. Yeah, and your sister-in-law. June. Oh, right. And Jean Marcel's sister. Oh, so here we go. Oh, Don's grandson. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Westwoodians and all our loved ones. Happy birthday to you and many more.
And if we have no more candles, maybe Rebecca, could I get you to light one last candle for the unspoken joys and concerns we hold tenderly in our hearts. And if we could just sing our affirmation, recite our affirmation. May the light of these candles inspire us to use our power to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to serve the Spirit of truth in loving affection and trusting hope. And now we have our offertory. So each week during our Sunday service, we take a few minutes to acknowledge the gifts we both bring to and receive from this compassionate community, gifts of talent, time, and treasure. Today we are blessed with the musical talent of Janice, as well as the gifts of time and service from David, our coffee host, and our tech team, Hannah, Bill, and David. If you wish to make a gift of treasure, the information for doing so is on the right hand of this slide. And now if we could sing together, From You I Receive. From you
And the next part of the poem that we're reciting together. All the flowers have the gift of language. At the occasion of birth, they are buds before bursting. At the ceremony of love, they unite two lovers in beauty. At the occasion of death, they remind us how lovely is life. Oh, would that you had voice, silent messengers of hope. Would that you could tell us how you feel, arrayed in such beauty. Unitarian Universalist Flower Communion service originated in 1923 by Dr. Norbert Shapik. Born 1870, died 1942, and that year you should realize that that was during the war. Founder of the modern Unitarian movement in Czechoslovakia, which is now, of course, a divided country. There's two countries now, the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic. On the last Sunday before the summer recess of the Unitarian Church in Prague, all the children and adults participated in this colorful ritual, which gives concrete expression to the humanity-affirming principles of our liberal faith. When the Nazis took control of Prague in 1940, they found Dr. Shapik's gospel of the inherent worth and beauty of every human person to be, as Nazi court records show, too dangerous to the Reich to be allowed to live. Dr. Shapik was sent to Dachau, where he was killed the next year during a Nazi medical experiment. Dr. Shapik even managed to practice the flower communion with his fellow inmates in Dachau, using whatever wild flowers they could find. This gentleman suffered a cruel death, but his message of human hope and decency lives on through his flower communion, which is widely celebrated today. It is a noble and meaning-filled ritual which we are about to recreate. Please join us in the next part of the poem. The flowers have the gift of language. In the dark depths of a death camp, they speak the light of life. In the face of cruelty, they speak of courage. In the experience of ugliness, they bespeak the persistence of beauty. Speak, messengers, speak, for we would hear your message. Speak, messengers, speak, for we need to hear what you would say.
This bud is for the new babies who have joined us this year. This flower represents the people living all over the world. Maybe we will never see them face to face or touch their hands, but we can still warm our hands on their hearts because we know that their hopes are like our hopes. Their pain is like our pain. Their love is like our love. These flowers were each brought here by a different person and put in this vase. They stand for all the people here today. We have brought our flowers to brighten our church and gladden our hearts.
So it is time now for us to share in the flower communion. I ask that as you each in turn approach the communion vase, you do so quietly, reverently, with a sense of how important it is for each of us to address our world and one another with gentleness, justice, and love. I ask that you select a flower different from the one you brought, that particularly appeals to you. As you take your chosen flower, noting its particular shape and beauty, please remember to handle it carefully. It is a gift that someone else brought to you. It represents that person's unique humanity and therefore deserves your kindest touch. Let us share quietly in this Unitarian Universalist ritual of oneness and love.
Our words for extinguishing the candle will be up on the screen in a second. For the flowers have the gift of language. They transport the human voice on winds of beauty. They lift the melody of song to our ears. They paint. They paint through the eye and hand of the artist. Their fragrance binds us to sweet-smelling earth. And now we're going to sing a perpetual favorite, De Colores. Please rise in body or in spirit. And harmonize at will. So nice. So our closing words is the end of our poem. And we can be saying it to each other. May the blessing of the flowers be upon you. May their beauty beckon to you each morning, and their loveliness lure you each day, and their tenderness caress you each night. May their delicate petals make you gentle, and their eyes make you aware. May their stems make you sturdy, and their reach